I'm so excited for this TechForHer conference. I say hello to the beautiful ladies, our young girls in the house. You are very opportune and privileged to be on this platform today because I've learned a lot even from Pretty. Thank you, Pretty, for that impactful and highly enlightening and educative session. Your lecture, I learned a lot. I was also jotting as Noella was jotting. I had some things that I jotted down. So well done. Well done. Thank you very much. So exploring tech
Thank
careers,
you.
yeah, is a is one that you have so many parts, but it's still the same one future. You know, tech careers are jobs actually in the technology industry that involve creating, managing, or using technology to solve problems, to improve systems, or to even build new tools and services. It is not just about coding, because sometimes when you talk about tech careers, people think it's just about coding only. That is what tech is all about. No, it's a very wide range and a growing field, which is full of exciting roles that combine creativity, problem solving, communication, and innovation. They are found nearly in every industry you go today. You find somebody who is a tech expert in one way or the other. Yeah, from the healthcare to the finance to entertainment, education, everywhere you go, tech is available. So what defines a tech career? When you say somebody has a career in tech, what do we mean by that? That means that person, the specialist or whoever the person is using technology to solve one or two problems, or is working with a particular software or hardware or even data. You might also be building or managing digital tools and systems, or maybe you are even just using coding or digital design or analytical skills. If you are involved in all of this, then you are having a career in the tech area. So we want to look at the different diverse tech careers that our girls can go into. You know, like Pretty said, it is not tech careers is not something that you say it is just for the ladies, for the men, for the male gender only. No. And this stereotype, I always say this, of you buying just doll or kitchen set for your children while you buy Lego and other building stuff for the boys, and you buy dolls and kitchen stuff for the girls. It's over. You don't do that. You give them all the same platform to be able to bring out their innate abilities, the qualities. There are some that you help the children to build over time, depending on the environment, depending on the opportunities. Like this TechForHer conference now is an opportunity that is not all girls that has this opportunity, but whoever comes here today will be going home with something that might and is likely to be a life-changing one. So there are different diverse tech careers. You have
Okay.
like a software and web development. You have a data and artificial intelligence, cyber security, user experience or user interface, design and creative tech. You also have information technology, networking and support. You can also have career in engineering and hardware, where also you can also have product business and strategy. There are some other specialized roles that are tech careers areas. For the software and web development, this is where you are digital tools and platforms that we use every day are built. For you to have a career in this area, you can become a software engineer or developer, whereby you can build, you design or build applications that we use every time, or websites or even systems. You can be a web developer. This a web developer is one who creates or maintains websites. This one could be at the front end, back end, or even the full stack, because there are different specialists that takes care of the website. You don't have one person that takes care of everything. You could also be a mobile app developer, whereby you specializes in apps in apps for iPhone operating system and Android devices, or you could be a game developer. We know we have our children. The world today is about games. You could be developing video games or interactive experiences. There is also career in data and artificial intelligence. We all know AI is no more something that you say is just for the sciences. AI is applicable in practically all fields of lives, agriculture, even marketing, just mention it. Anything that has data, you can use artificial intelligence to get that done. So this is where you use data to understand trends, to make decisions, and build smart systems. So we are saying if you want to be in this part, in this area of a tech career, you could be a data analyst, whereby you analyze data to help organizations make informed decisions. You could be a data scientist, whereby statistics are used and a machine learning to uncover insights. You can also be a machine learning engineer. This one is where you design systems that learn and adapt to solve a particular identified problem. You can also be an artificial intelligence researcher. This one advances the science behind artificial intelligence. Like I said earlier on, artificial intelligence is applicable to every way of life, to everything that data can take care of. Cybersecurity. This is where the information and systems are being protected from digital threats. Whatever your device is, you have to protect it from threats, from hackers. So you have this cybersecurity is an aspect of a tech career that you could specialize in. You can be a cybersecurity analyst, whereby you monitor and defend against cyber threats. You can be a security engineer. You design secured systems and architecture. You can even be an ethical hacker. So all this, because if you are using all those devices and you don't take care of the security, then you could lose data, you could lose money, you could lose a lot of valuable stuff. So this cybersecurity is a very important and cogent one. There's also this user experience, user interface, design, and creative tech. This one focuses on how people interact with technology. How people interact with technology. For the user experience designer, he or she designs smooth, user-friendly experiences for the end users. You can have user interface, whereby they create visual layouts of apps and websites. For the interaction designer, they develops how users interact with products, the finished products that have been made. Creative technologist is also an aspect of this UX, UI, design and creative as a tech career guide, tech career area of specialty. For the information technology, networking, and support, this is where we keep systems running and we help users solve tech problems. It could be at the home level, at the public level, or even individual. But you could be an IT support specialist, whereby you solve hardware and software issues for users, or a systems administrator, you maintain and configure servers and systems, or network engineer, whereby you build and manage networks for communication. Cloud engineer is one which works with cloud platforms like Amazon Web Services or Azure by Microsoft or even Google Cloud. We have all this, and all this can be used to even develop systems or products or devices for home automation and others. There is also this other one, which is engineering and hardware. This work with the physical side of tech or create smart machines. You could be a computer engineer, robotics engineer, hardware technicians, or IoT developer. IoT is the Internet of Things, where you build smart devices that connect to the internet, and you have your data in the cloud, and you are able to access, you could operate your appliances from home, from anywhere, even across the globe. You don't need to be at home or in the country where you live to be able to do all this, thanks to IoT, Internet of Things technology. There is also products, business, and strategy. This is where you have, this is where tech projects are turned into success, where you turn ideas into successful products. At the end of the day, you have an idea of this is the kind of project you want to bring out. You are able to turn them into successful products. And you have some specialized people, experts that can work in this area, like the product manager, the business analyst, and so on and so forth. So for all these, apart from all those diverse areas of tech careers that you can delve into or that you can aspire towards becoming, you also need some skills that you need to have to be able to be ready to fit into any one of those. And sometimes you can even be experts in more than one at the same time. What matters most in tech for you to be future ready? There are about 6 of them that I want to mention to you. Core technical skills, communication and collaboration, adaptability and continuous learning. You must have good leadership and initiative skills. Ethical and inclusive thinking skill is very important. There is also critical thinking and problem solving. So those are the skills that matters most in tech. If you want to be future ready, if you have future ready skills that you want to that you need to prepare yourself. So for the core technical skills, we are talking about having different coding and programming skills, e.g. Python, JavaScript, and so on. Data literacy, understanding how to read, analyze, and use data. This is important when you want to work on a machine learning, artificial intelligence, and others. Cloud computing is also one whereby you have to familiarize yourself with AWS, that is the Amazon Web Services, and Azure, which is a Microsoft platform also for cloud computing. So the cybersecurity basics, I mentioned that earlier on. So the other skills that you need to, which matters most, is communication and collaboration. In tech, it's not something that you want to isolate yourself. It's a teamwork. Your ideas must be shared, must be tested, and improved with others. If you don't have that communication skills, if you have an idea, if you develop an app and you are not able to translate it into a manual where people can know what steps to take in using them, then you have not achieved. Then you are not able to sell your product. So you need to be able to explain technical concepts clearly. You must be able to work in cross-functional teams. You must be able to give and receive feedback, whichever form it is. You must be able to receive feedback and give feedback and also receive. And then you must be able to write documentation or reports. This is very, very important. The other skill that matters is adaptability and continuous learning. Tech is a very dynamic area. It's an area that changes fast. So you should also change. You should also change if you want to be if you want to be able to fit in. You must change with it. So you need to stay updated on new tools, languages, or trends. You must learn how to learn and unlearn and relearn. And you must use online platforms reasonably. Okay? And then you must be able to adapt to different roles, tools, or teams to be able to adapt and to have that continuous learning ability. There is this skill also, which is leadership and initiative. It is not just that you have to be at the managerial level as a tech expert. No, you have to. Okay, thank you. You must take ownership of your work. You must lead projects or teams formally or informally, and you must be able to make decisions under pressure. That is what makes you have that leadership and initiative skill. And then you must also be able to inspire and monitor others and mentor others. The other skill that matters is critical thinking and problem solving. Critical thinking and problem solving. You must be able to analyze complex challenges, think logically and creatively, You must be able to debug and troubleshoot. You have an app, you have a program, a code you have written, you must be able to debug and know where the problem is when there is a need to solve a problem. So to finish, to round up, I want to explain to you, how do you align your interests with tech parts? How do you align your interest with tech parts? There are 4 steps. The first one is know your interests. Okay, know your interest. You must ask some probing questions. Do I enjoy solving puzzles or building things? Am I a creative thinker or visual person? Do I like analyzing data or finding patterns? Am I curious about how systems or machines work? Do I enjoy helping people, teaching or organizing? Whichever area you fit into is what will determine which tech area you have to aspire to become. You understand? Those are the questions you must solve and you must ask yourself and sincerely answer. If you are able to do that successfully, then you can now explore the different tech parts which match your interest from the list which I have given you just earlier on now, in the engineering and so on and so forth. After you've done that, you now try it out. Try out all those interests. Test your feet by doing some free online courses, joining some boot camp like TechForHer that is coming up, like this conference that you have the opportunity. There are some that are free. There are some that you have to pay for, but you pay to get something good, okay? Mini project, build a website, analyze the data set, design an app, mock-up, and so on and so forth. You must be involved in trying out things. This is when you perfect your skills. So when you are able to do that, then you match your skills. Once you find an area you enjoy, look at what skills you will need to be able to perfect that area of expertise. And then you work towards it by learning and unlearning and relearning and updating yourself on a regular basis. Because like I told you, tech is an area that is dynamic. It is not static. What is available today might not be there tomorrow. And so for you to move with time, you have to be able to, you must be also be dynamic and be changing with it. Thank you very much for your time. I'm going to stop here because I've been giving time that I have 3 minutes and I know I've spent more than that. Thank you so much. Good evening.
Thank you so much, Prof. Please, if you have learned something from this presentation, can we all give Prof a round of applause? A round of applause. Our favorite emojis, fire, love, thumbs up, anything at all. I have learned so much from Prof. Thank you so much. Prof, being an engineer herself. So if you're thinking that these things are rocket science, Prof is an example that it is possible. And she has gone all the way in the tech field. She's a VC, the first female vice chancellor of an engineering and technology university in the Gambia. She is a mentor. She is a member of all sorts of bodies in the engineering field. And, she just motivates women and young girls. Prof, I've been writing as always. And some of the things that I took away from your presentation, you mentioned that parents should stop the bias and the stereotype of buying dolls for girls and and buying what they buy dolls and kitchen sets for girls, and then they buy Lego for boys. So if you want to buy Lego for everybody. You want to buy toys and kitchen sets for everybody. Boys should also learn how to cook. Enough of the stereotype. And you said that AI is applicable in all fields of life. So it could be an AI researcher, a cybersecurity analyst. The list is endless of what one can do with technology. And what really struck me were the soft skills you mentioned that would make one to be future ready. You mentioned leadership. One should be able to take ownership of their project. You mentioned teamwork, because truly in tech, no one person begins and ends everything. You must work with a team so you can do something meaningful. Yeah. You mentioned analytical skills, adaptability. Because of the obsolescent nature of technology, something that worked yesterday might not even be relevant tomorrow. So it's so easy for tech solutions to go obsolete. So you just have to engage in continuous learning. to keep yourself relevant and to keep abreast of what is trending and what is current in the tech world. Thank you so much, Prof. Now, time for questions. Please feel free to drop your questions in the chat section. I think they're already pouring in, Prof. They're already pouring in. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see. Tech is an arena. Okay. I think what I'm seeing here actually summaries of
comments, summary,
your presentation.
comments, yeah.
Yes. I mean, extremely enlightening. Thank you so much. Yes, people, thank you for the session. It was truly amazing. Absolutely amazing. I agree. I agree completely. Let me ask you, while we're waiting for the question from people, we just have a minute. Our time is up, actually. So let me ask this question. As a woman, what has been your biggest challenge? Having these murky waters of tech, of science, of STEM, of everything, operating in the male-dominated arena. I mean, you started these things, not now that tech has become a thing. There's so much advocacy about tech for girls, for women, and all of that. I mean, you started way back. What has been your biggest challenge?
Well, I want to say my biggest challenge actually was at my early days in my secondary school. And my parents helped me to solve that because I always say the story. While I was in my Form 2, as we used to call it then, I was in a girls-only school, and I was very playful, and I wasn't taking my mathematics very seriously because I felt like I have had this mentality that mathematics is very difficult. So I didn't strive to even work hard in it. So at the end of the day, I was not scoring very good. I wasn't doing well in mathematics, to be precise. And my parents were like, no, that is not acceptable. They did not allow me. So I had to go and do like a qualifying exam in a mixed school where we have girls and boys. When I got there, I passed the exam, but my parents said no, I didn't do as good as they were expecting. So I was made to repeat Form 2. At the end of the day, the senior secondary school SSCE caught up with me. So instead of spending 5 years in secondary school, then I spent 7 years. But at the end of the day, I was happy I did that because it actually changed me. It made me to sit up. I was working my mathematics in and out, day and night, because I wanted to be good in it, because my parents have shown me that, look, mathematics is not something you have to joke with. And I realized I don't have anywhere I can go if I don't do well in it. And that was it. So since I got that, I crossed over it. I started doing very well in mathematics and even further maths. We used to call it additional mathematics. To the extent I scored 98 in further maths in my SS1. Not because of anything, but because practice makes perfect. I now got used to the fact that I have to be working mathematics every now and then. So at the end of the day, most times when you have a child that is very good academically, most parents think it is a medicine that is the best career they have to go for. So the same thing with my parents. They wanted me to go for medicine, but I said, no, you already made me to be very good in mathematics. And it is now a career that I need to use that strength that I want to go for. That is how I find myself in engineering. And I won't lie to you, I've not had any big challenge apart from that initial one, because I found myself in a male world. When I got to the mid school, I had more friends in the male than even the female. And I realized, look, work hard, and that's just it. There's nothing you have to do to get to the peak than to work hard. And that has been pushing me, and it has been helping me in my career up till today. Thank you very much.